Mike, how
Yeah.
is he fine?
We have a second hour.
He sounds surprisingly okay for the fact that his leg was not looking good, and I'm fairly
Hey,
certain there
your
was a
femur
head
is poking out of your thigh. Are you good?
I'll rub some dirt in it.
Oh, all right. Well, here it comes. Are you ready to catch it?
Yeah, I got it. Chuck it down. It's all over your body.
All right, well, while he's climbing out, I wanted to address this real quick because everybody's giving Jordan Grace some shit from NXT. I don't know if you saw the match with her and Julia like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
For sake of conversation, sure.
But they had a very stiff match. Julia landed on her head a couple times, and everybody's calling Jordan Grace unsafe to work with. Go look at Julia's fucking history. Go look at her Stardom matches. Go look at her Japan matches. Like, she wrestles fucking stiff. When we get her versus Io one-on-one, or when we get her versus anybody willing to take a hit one-on-one, it's going to be fucking violent. That's how she goes.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that not just fucking strong style? Is that not just her thing?
I was going to say, their match was very Japan match-esque.
Yeah, absolutely.
So people bitching, get fucked. You don't wrestle. Have a life. And wow, you made it out of that hole really quick.
Yeah, I've been going to the gym, doing some upper body. It's we don't need to worry about the leg. It's we'll just get through the hour. It's fine. We'll worry about it later. We're in America. It's a healthcare thing. It's you guys get it. I'm not really.
Fair point.
I'm just gonna kind of hope it heals the right way. But I mean, we spent the entire first hour and change talking about wrestling. But we are the 3 Counting Out podcast. We are football and wrestling. So I think we should talk about the football portion, boys. Because last week, after we recorded, I'm sorry, the schedules went out, right?
Finally. Yeah.
I love myself, but I hate the way that I am. Hi, my name's Jackal. In fact, yes, you are correct, sir. We did miss the NFL schedule release by not 1, but 2 days, which is very, 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 very annoying podcast that's trying to get content onto it and fill some time when you miss it by that much. And boy, oh boy, was there some content that was released to be able to talk about. For example, the Tennessee Titans and the Las Vegas Raiders being the butt of everybody's joke in their schedule release videos.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see that Minecraft one, though? That was cool.
Which one? There were 2 released.
Oh, it was the
Chargers and the Colts.
Yeah, I saw the
Colts one is the one I think I saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Chargers one was good too. The only notable thing coming out of the Chargers is when they were talking about the New York Giants game that they had on their schedule. It was a Giants fan in a very rundown, beat up, dingy looking room where they tried to go to sleep, but they said, "You cannot rest. There are monsters nearby." And it was the ghost of Saquon Barkley in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform burst through the wall and tried to start attacking them when they went to sleep.
I mean, that's pretty solid.
Suck it, bitch. Suck my Eagles cock, bitch.
I'm going to definitely give credit where credit is due, Mr. Arab, because you definitely tried to tell us at the beginning of the season last year before it all got started that the Eagles were going to be a force and they were going to be a wrecking crew this year, thankfully due to the hands of Mr. Saquon Barkley. And in fact, you were correct. You are going to be in the nightmares of the New York Giants owner and general manager for years to come.
I've been watching Saquon destroy anybody who he's going up against in man coverage since 2017. It's been beautiful. Or 2016 even. It's been beautiful. So I saw this coming from a mile away, and the fact that the Eagles just pivoted real quick into that just basically run-only offense, which how can you blame them?
My
I do want to
goodness.
say real quick, a lot of people, so today the Madden 26 cover came out, and Saquon is on
deserved.
the cover.
Ooh.
The cover is the
Well
backwards
deserved.
hurdle.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people are talking about the cover curse. Listen, wasn't Brady on a cover? Okay, that cover curse, that ain't real. I think it's just been unlucky for people that have been on there. I think people that have been on that cover maybe haven't always been able to live up to the hype. I think Saquon is definitely going to have a larger target on his back this year. Teams are going to be stacking the box against him more, obviously. But he's still the fucking, all-time rushing yard leader ever.
In the
He's
modern era, at least.
like literally the best running back of the modern era. I think we're fine. I think if anyone can beat the cover curse, I think it's Saquon. But goddamn, is that cover beautiful? Holy fuck!
Since we are one of your official opponents of the 2025 NFL schedule this year, allow me to do some early, way too early mind games. People were saying the same thing about Christian McCaffrey, the 49ers star running back last year, when he was gracing the cover of Madden NFL 24. And gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong, last year was one of, if not the worst calendar year for Christian McCaffrey since he got into the league.
Playing devil's advocate here real quick, because I am also one of Era's opponents this year. There is a distinct difference. Saquon has been hurt, I believe, never.
Yes.
Christian McCaffrey's legs are made of wrapping paper.
Darn,
I don't mean to hate on Christian McCaffrey because he's been a part of my fantasy team. I think almost, if not every year he's been in the league, but the man has leg issues. He's an amazing running back when he can go, but his legs are unreliable, which is unfortunate.
We'll see, though. There's a couple months for that theory to be proven true, because the Madden curse has afflicted numerous amounts of athletes. Famously, Antonio Brown, of course, since recently he's just been arrested for, let me look here, shooting a man?
Yeah, he just pulled a gun, I think. Yeah.
As one does.
And the trigger. Right.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, shots were fired. I don't think he actually landed a shot, but shots were fired, I believe. Yeah.
He was also, I believe, when Firefest 2 was getting ready to go, he was also the only confirmed act.
Oh,
Great.
Amazing. What the fuck is his act? Mumbling around on stage about how good his life used to be, or?
No. You know how Shaq has become a successful DJ?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, DJ Diesel.
Antonio Brown hasn't, but he was gonna try and be one.
Oh, no. God.
Shaq sold me my printer.
Shaq sold me my pizza.
Hey, that's a good one. I like Shaq-roni.
I did. It's
Shaq, we're looking for sponsors, bud. Just
please.
Shaq, please. Shaq, please.
It's
that'd be cool as fuck.
We don't need much. We're very cheap. It's all right.
One pizza a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Pizza, and come on and talk to us. That's all we need, bud. That's
if I got to talk to Shaq, I'd be a happy man.
We would have to also fix the sound design here. We would have to cover. Like, holy
I could handle it.
You talk 18.
I could mix
deeper.
it. I could do
Good
it.
Lord.
Hey Shaq, I can make you sound decent.
There's multiple Madden cover curses that people have gone through and dealt with throughout numerous seasons. But famously, you are correct, sir. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are the two notable ones to have not really been afflicted by it that much. I'm not going to say, the Madden curse has fully taken over them, but they have not exactly had a bad year per se.
Yeah, it hasn't been like a horrible season for them by any means, yeah.
The one notable one that's honestly had a amazing year, tremendous year even, when I believe he set the receiving record for the Detroit Lions was way back in the day when Megatron graced the cover of Madden. I think
the
that
fucking
was...
Transformer?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Calvin Johnson going up against Optimus Prime 1-on-1. I do believe that was the year where him and Stafford set the receiving record for the Detroit Lions. Not the single season receiving record that Stafford and Cooper Kupp only set out to break later on, but still a good year nonetheless. However, we are not here to talk about Madden. No. We are here to talk about the upcoming NFL calendar year 2025, 2026.
Yes.
Fuck the preseason. The Hall of Fame game, the Lions are playing in it. That's cool. Can't wait to watch the 5th and 6th stringers go up against Jim Harbaugh. I
hope it's actually Jim Harbaugh playing. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah. I bet he's got a cannon.
Oh my God.
Probably.
Still,
I bet you're right.
If he's the one smacking around Justin Herbert like that on the sidelines, I could see it. Let's see. Gentlemen, do either one of you have a coin handy real quick? A coin, maybe like something 50-50 that we could...
I don't know the last time I had cash, big dog. I can't tell you.
I can flip a tiny barrel.
All right, tiny barrel.
Yes, that works.
Era, call it in the air. What can you call it, Mike?
Top or bottom?
Top or bottom?
Not what you call Jackal, just the top. Okay.
I'm feeling top tonight. What's up, Dandy?
And top it is.
Top it is. So we will start with the reigning.
Why are my pants tingling when Mike said top it is?
Undisputed NFL Super Bowl champions of the world, your Philadelphia Eagles, who, at the time of recording today, just now extended their coach that they all collectively wanted to have publicly executed not 9 months ago.
He's all right, I guess.
I would like to go back into a prior episode, and I quote from Mr. Everyone, I don't know if Sirianni is the guy to get us another Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's all right, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know, I guess. I mean, like, he won a Super Bowl.
I decide to fillet him live on the street.
Listen, I can't listen. It's Philadelphia, you know? It's like, I'm going to say something one week, and then next week, talk to me when the season starts, okay? Talk to me when he starts fucking up, all right? Talk to me when he makes stupid fucking decisions, and then we'll see if he should be the coach of the team or not.
You guys are a very interesting bunch. I will definitely give you that one. My goodness.
So true.
So, the schedule has been released, and this year, the one thing that we both have in common, as well as losing multiple coordinators and coaches and players for both teams, our schedules this year, very, 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 very fucking rough. Extremely rough. I'm not saying that this is a possibility this season. However, in a Doctor Strange Marvel Cinematic Universe, there is a universe out there where the Philadelphia Eagles this year start 1-4 because your front part of your schedule is a fucking gauntlet, big dog. Yeah. Let's do the same thing that we did for the college teams. Let me quick rifle everything off first. Mm-hmm. You guys get the Cowboys at home opening night.
Can I?
Okay,
real quick. Can I just say to the NFL, thank you so much. Thank you for making the Cowboys come to Lincoln Financial Field as we hoist a Super Bowl championship banner and rub it in their faces. And Saquon, with all that pent-up off-season energy is gonna run fucking miles down Dallas. This is gonna. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll say this: because there isn't a world right now where Dallas beats Philly. They should
not at the moment. No.
If that somehow happens, I see the stadium being burned down same day.
Same day. Oh, my God.
May not be too wrong.
So Dallas, also for those wrestling fans who are trying to get some football knowledge from the podcast as well, Philadelphia just recently won the Super Bowl this past season. The last time the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl, none of us were alive.
Hold on. Do something even easier. The last time they won a playoff game.
Ooh, the last time they won a playoff game, I think, was against the Lions, where they picked up the flag in 2014. I think that's the last time that I can actually sit down and think was the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a playoff game. That's bad. That's over 10 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
So game 1 for Philly, primetime opening night, Thursday night football, September 4th. The immediate next week after, traveling to Kansas City in a Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah.
Immediately afterwards.
Not feeling that one. That's an L. That's an L.
Well, if you treat them like you treated them during the Super Bowl, you'll be.
It should be fine.
No, they're gonna be prepared. They're gonna. Any team that's actually worth their fucking shit is gonna. Playing against a team the second time is always harder. So.
Well, you do have to also remember, you're not playing against playoff Chiefs. You're playing against regular season.
Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. Well,
yeah, but
we don't know.
But
we don't know.
They might want revenge, which could be your downfall.
It's still early enough in the season where there's still postseason feelings. There's still there's still that there's still gonna be that feeling of revenge. They're gonna be coming out for blood. Legitimately, this is me saying this. We're not winning that. 1-1 week 2.
Ooh, because the upside, the thing that's going in your favor, is that it's week 2 and nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
The downside of things going in your favor is that it's week 2 and nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah, is that our rookie defensive line doesn't know what they're doing against the Kansas City Chiefs.
So they'll have Mahomes looking for revenge, Kelsey looking for revenge, everybody healthy as well too. The early part of the season, it's crappy football because nobody's got the synergy just yet, but everybody's healthy. So we'll see what happens there. That is 425, the middle slot, should be America's game of the week. And then again, the next week after, Matt Stafford traveling back to the Link in a playoff rematch, looking for revenge immediately after getting done with the Chiefs the week prior.
Easy.
Yeah, should be able to beat the Rams.
I don't know. Their
Rams
defense.
at
home. You are home.
Easy. Rams at home. Easy.
Their defense. Well, I don't know if it was so much their defense or the snow that was on the ground, because Era, you were actually in person at that game.
Yeah.
Their defense hung with you for about 3.5 quarters.
It was the snow.
Okay. Very fair. We'll see. This one, the next week after, also plays into my multiverse opinion here. From what I've heard from Philadelphia on social media, the Eagles' kryptonite next week, traveling back to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers immediately after getting the Rams at home. Apparently, you guys cannot beat the Buccaneers to save your life.
What?
From what I've heard, it's been a while since Philadelphia has beaten Tampa Bay.
Sure, I guess. I don't.
You lost to them last season. 2 years ago, you lost to them in the playoffs. It kind of tracks a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess they just never really stood out.
It's very fair.
Well, I guess they've never really been a significant problem.
The Buccaneers, since Tom Brady left, have just been a quiet, good team.
Yeah.
They're not Super Bowl contenders, but they're always going to the Super Bowl.
To rapid fire the rest, since that is the bit of a gauntlet game. Well, technically this one's a bit of a gauntlet as well. Their defense will be good. Their offense still a ginormous question mark. You guys get Denver at home. Denver's defense on paper should be one of the best in the league. As far as passing defense goes, I don't know how good they are at stopping the run, so we'll see there. Then the rest of the way, a bit more rapid fire here. On the road in New York, on the road in Minnesota, getting New York at home, on the road in Green Bay, getting the Lions at home in Sunday Night Football, traveling to Dallas immediately afterwards, then traveling to Chicago. Nope, sorry, getting Chicago at home, traveling to Los Angeles to face the Chargers, getting the Raiders at home, traveling to the Commies, traveling to the Bills, and then getting the Commanders at home to close out the season. This Eagles schedule is, without a shadow of a doubt, a defending Super Bowl champion schedule, because my fucking God, this is a gauntlet, dude.
The Commanders at the end is what worries me the most, because when we're beaten and battered and bruised and we need to be preparing for a playoff run, we're going to be going up against the Commanders, who for the past couple of years have proven to be legitimate contenders in the NFC East. I've said that they just need an identity, and they have found that identity.
They do.
What's up, Mike? Your hope for that week is this. You get a good enough schedule that you get a guaranteed playoff spot.
Yeah.
That way you can just sit your starters.
Yeah, that's essentially what we need. At that point, we essentially need to guarantee our spot or we're fucked. You're right. Yeah.
And Denver,
it's all or nothing.
Denver's probably going to be a shootout. It'll be Bo Nix, right?
Yeah,
that's his name.
Yeah,
against Saquon, because I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to do much that game. And then I think Minnesota, easy dub. But then you guys are fighting every week.
Final 3 games of your season after the Raiders, you should dick slap the fucking Raiders.
Yeah.
Your final 3 games of the season are Commander. You get Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, back to back to back, dog. That is a fucking awful way to end the season.
Listen. I'm going to assume that from the beginning of September to the end of the NFL season, it's going to be a steady and slow decline and degradation of my sanity. If you would like to come along for that ride, make sure that you're subscribed and make sure that you've hit that follow button, because it's going to be a hell of a ride week after week, it sounds like. We have an all or nothing Eagles schedule this year. I'm going to bitch and complain about it when we make stupid fucking mistakes, but I am very, very, very excited to see how we play. If we back this schedule up, we are
that's scary.
Fucking good.
Yeah, that's scary.
I mean,
bit aside, that's scary.
Yeah, they did the right thing in drafting basically a whole defense. And then next year you get even more draft picks. I think if this year somehow you don't make it to the playoffs, which I think you do, I don't think you go back to back, but I think you make it to the playoffs. I think next year, after even more fucking draft picks, this team is back to being just absolutely terrifying if people hang with it for another year.
If we can guarantee our slot in the playoffs on this schedule, I'll be more than happy. More than happy. Like that. That'll be me going, "Yup, we got it. We're good."
Yeah, if you can make it to the playoffs, no matter if you win your division or not, if you can make it to the playoffs off of this schedule, you guys are legit.
Oh yeah, no. I don't winning if we win the fucking division, I'm gonna be fucking popping champagne.
Right. Like, I don't think you need me to tell you that either. I'm sure you already know. However, way too early I want to get pen to paper. I think it's only fair. Do you want to go first, or do you want the two Detroit boys to go first? Because I want to way too early, just like we did for Penn State, just like we did for Michigan. I want to schedule prediction May 19th, way before mini camp fucking starts, way before the preseason even starts. Right here, right now, stake your claim. Do you want us to go first, or do you want to go first?
Hold on, let me pull up the schedule myself so I can actually take a look at it.
Okay, valid.
Yeah, you guys go for it.
All right, Mike, do you want to do what you did with Michigan? Because I like the way that you keep track.
What, broke down each game?
Each game. I like the way you do it. You do it
All
quick.
Right. Against Cowboys, they take it. That's one. They beat them at home. Chiefs, just to humor what you guys were saying, I'll say they lose to the Chiefs.
1-1.
Beat the Rams.
2-1.
Lose to the Buccaneers.
2-2.
Beat the Broncos.
3-2.
Yeah. Beat the Giants.
4-2.
Beat the I skipped the Vikings, didn't I?
No, because it's Giants, Vikings, Giants.
Oh, that's right. Beat the Giants again.
So you think both beat Vikings and Giants again?
Yeah.
7-2.
Lose to the Lions.
7-3. What about the Packers?
Beat the Packers.
8-3.
Oh,
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah, they beat the Cowboys again. What am I fucking thinking?
9-3.
They beat the Bears.
10-3.
Do they have a sneaky loss to the Chargers?
That does smell a little trap game. I'm going to agree with you.
I think they lose to the Chargers. I think the Chargers sneak one there.
10-4.
Beat the Raiders.
11-4. On the road in Washington.
I think they beat them the first time.
12-4.
Lose to the Bills.
12-5.
Lose to the Commanders.
Ooh, 12-6.
Because I think they rest them for that second Commanders game, and they lose to the Commanders the second time.
No, sorry, that'd be 11-6. My bad. 11-6. I miscounted. All right,
17.
17. That is also still enough to get to sneak into the wild card in the playoffs. That's still a damn good record.
I want to say this real quick. This is interrupting football talk. We film these on Mondays to release on Saturday.
Raw is currently happening right now.
Raw is currently
9
happening,
right now.
and Becky Lynch, Roxanne, and Natty are putting on a hell of a fucking match because we're getting Natty. We're not getting Natalia. And they are just letting them go at it. So if you guys are hemming and hawing on Raw, watch the tag match before this. Besides for the El Grande Americano interruption, it was a damn good match. And this match are both fucking great. So watch Raw. Anyways, back to football.
You ready, sir? Or would you like me to go next?
Yeah, I got it. So I think.
All right.
Let's hear the Philly boy cook.
I think our big problems are Washington once.
Oof.
I think week 2 at Kansas City.
2. There's a lot. This is a schedule.
I don't want this to happen, but I feel like it might. Just a little fucking sleeper one in there, especially with how this season's gonna fucking start. I just see it happening when we go to Dallas, week 12.
Ooh.
3.
3. Oh,
Okay.
no.
And then I see week 14 at Los Angeles against the Chargers. That's 4.
That's 4.
There we go. That's where I think our problems are.
13-4. So we're both. That's weird that we're all kind of in agreement that the Chargers game smells really much like a trap game. Interesting.
It was the snow. Don't worry about it.
It's the snow.
It's the snow.
Because December 8th, what is that? That's Monday Night Football too. Ooh.
Well, I just think that Chargers team is getting progressively better, and you can tell Jim Harbaugh has faith. So I think they just keep on building that team up, and that team is gonna get some sneaky dubs this year.
Yeah, I could see it. I genuinely could see it.
I
to the point where
also
they might sneak into the playoffs.
I also think one of the things that the Chargers have always done well is that late into the season, they're generally still pretty sharp. You know, like they're not
Yes.
always
If
Especially
they don't get
Harbaugh.
injuries.
yeah, they're not always at the top, but they're usually still pretty sharp. And that makes them late in the season somebody who you have to watch out for. And granted, we did not have the problem to the same extent that you guys did, but the
I know.
Eagles did have health issues towards the end of the season last year on defense. And this year
Right.
we have a bunch of rookies on defense. How are they going to hold up? So, you know, there's a lot of questions about how we're going to be looking at the end of the season. And that's just why I'm looking at those away games at the end of the season. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Especially with LA, you're going to the other side of the country. It's like, man, I don't. Those are ones that can sneak out of there if you're not looking.
So, to bookend the Philadelphia talk, I will do similar to Mike. Dallas at home, opening night. I think that's a win. Kansas City on the road week afterwards. I feel like you go in, but it's fucking regular season Chiefs with the black magic voodoo shit they had this year. It's kind of fucking scary taking them on week 2. That's early in the season. I think I'm going to go 1-1 to start things off. Rams the week afterward. I think their defense holds Philly, but their offense is not enough to keep up because Stafford does start to regress. In my opinion, he starts to regress bad. I go 2-1. Buccaneers, I'm going to go off of what Philly social media has said. Buccaneers are unfortunately the regular season kryptonite, especially since you're going to Tampa. 2-2. Denver at home, you beat Denver. Defense holds you. Offense not good enough to keep up. Giants, you fucking slaughter. Vikings, I hope you beat so the Lions get an easier time. Giants, you slaughter again. Packers on the road in Lambeau, November 10th. What is that? November 10th. That is another Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? To balance things out here, I'm gonna say you beat the Packers. I don't think the Packers are going to be as good as people think they're going to be this year. Mainly due
They
to
still
the
have
fact.
Jordan Love. They're not going to be.
Nah,
Well,
fuck
of course,
the cheeseheads.
exactly.
Fuck the cheeseheads.
And then you spend all that time and effort focusing on the Packers, and then you drop to Detroit the next week after. Cowboys at home. I still think that Dallas, with the first-year head coach, is not good enough to keep up with Philadelphia. I see your logic. It's sound logic. I don't think that Dallas team is going to be good enough to keep up with that. So I think you beat them. You should handle the Bears. The Chargers game, we're all in agreement, smells very much like a game. Raiders, you should slaughter. My biggest, fuck, I genuinely have sympathy for you is legitimately your final 3 games of the season. This fucking sucks to close out a season. Because just as much as you could go 3-0 to close out the season, legitimately, there is a world where you could go 0-3 to close out the season.
Yeah.
This is a very, very bad stretch because now
Well, and that's why I had them taking the Commanders once because I
think you split.
Yeah, I think regardless, they have it in them to beat the Commanders one time. And I just think one of those games and then having to go and battle
Buffalo. Oh,
holy shit.
yeah,
That sucks.
In a perfect world, I would love, if I was a Philly fan, I would love to switch the Buffalo game with
The Vikings.
with the Vikings
Or the Raiders.
or the Giants. Right there is a perfect place to slot in this Buffalo game to get a nice little break in between the commies. But commies, Bills, commies, that fucking sucks, dog.
Yeah, that's... Like I said, we're going to have to prove ourselves in this schedule. But if we do it, I'm going to be very, very happy.
I say
absolutely.
You split commies, and truthfully, there is a world where you win the division and then rest your starters for the final week. So technically, that would still be the one that you split with the commies. I am going to say, though, The Lions were able to run the ball on the Bills, yet Ben Johnson decided to stray away from that as much as possible when we went up against them. I think your bread and butter is running the ball. I think you do have it in you to beat the Bills. So I say you go 2-1 the rest of the way. That means you drop to Chiefs, Bucks, Lions, Chargers, Commies once. So that's what, 5? So I'll say Jackal will finish at 12-5. So
Which is
we're
a
all
damn
across
good
the board.
record
That's still
having
very
basically
good.
a rookie defense.
That's still very good. So Eric at 13-4, Mike at the other end at 11-6, Jackal right in the middle at 12-5. And it's not even like I can't even say like haha anymore or anything like that, because Detroit has just as bad of a schedule as you do. Just as fucking bad
Let's
of
hear
a
it.
schedule.
Let's hear it.
So, to rip the Band-Aid, week fucking 1. Traveling to Green Bay
Ooh.
at Lambeau.
Oh.
Week 2, getting the Bears at home. Week 3, traveling to Baltimore. Then getting the Browns at home. Then traveling, oh boy, back-to-back weeks. Traveling to Joe Burrow in Cincinnati in the most expensive offense. And then the next week afterwards, traveling to Kansas City.
Ooh.
Getting the Buccaneers at home after that. Traveling to Minnesota. Getting Minnesota at home. Traveling to Washington. Traveling to Philly.
Oh, sorry about that.
Getting the Giants at home. Getting the Packers at home. Getting the Cowboys at home. Traveling to LA to take on the Rams. Getting the Steelers at home. And then traveling to Minnesota. Then traveling to the Bears.
The Bears.
So, your end of the season is awful. Our middle of the season is fucking nightmare fuel.
Yeah, you have back-to-back travel. That's gross. You
Yeah.
back-to-back travel multiple times.
Multiple
You
weeks
have-
in a row.
You have Bengals, Chiefs, and then Commanders, Eagles.
Eagles. Yep.
Gross.
Yep. We drew both the AFC North and the NFC East this year, which is not fun. And however, just like as you have a Super Bowl winning schedule, we have a number 1 seed winning schedule here. So
Yeah, they want you guys want to fuck around, keep doing good. Try.
this is what you get.
Yeah. I mean,
Keep
You
on
know,
trying.
you have some names on here that are gonna pull some attention. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, listen,
So
the Eagles aren't going to the Super Bowl this year. One of us has to.
one of us fucking has to, please. Mike, we will start things out with you yet again. We'll get to form our opinions a little bit more.
I'm not going to have to take the time with the first few of these. Packers, we win.
1.
Bears, we win.
2.
Ravens, we... Ooh, that one I have to think about. That one... did they change their team any?
Baltimore got some rookie pieces on offense and also bolstered their pass defense. But other than that, Baltimore should be about the same.
Because I think we beat them by, a field goal or something last time we faced them.
Oh, no. Last time we faced them, we lost about 40-7.
Cool. Good.
Nice.
That's what I thought we'd lose. Browns,
2-1.
we win by about
3-1.
187.
Okay.
Bengals,
Yep.
we win.
Great. 4-1. Damn.
We win that, but then unfortunately we go to the Chiefs after having been in a shootout, and we lose to the Chiefs.
4-2.
Beat the Buccaneers.
5-2.
Beat the Vikings.
6-2.
Lose to the Commanders,
6-3.
which is why we beat the Eagles.
7-3.
Beat the Giants.
8-3.
Beat the Packers again.
9-3.
Beat the Cowboys.
10-3.
I think, even though we're going into LA, unless we get suckered in, I think we beat the Rams.
11-3.
Sneaky loss to the Steelers.
11-4.
Because for some reason that Steelers fucking team always finds a way to get near the playoffs. fuckers, and then we're going to be one of their wins. We beat the Vikings and we beat the Bears.
13-4.
I will say,
that's
when I
hot.
get Era saying we're going to lose to the Eagles, there is a perfectly understandable way and reason that we lose to that Eagles team.
Oh, of course. No.
It is
his
entirely
name is
possible
Saquon
we
Barkley.
get back to. It is entirely possible we get back-to-back losses with Commanders and Eagles. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset about that.
Yeah.
It's for some reason in my autistically wired football brain, I don't mind losing to good teams.
No.
Yeah.
When we lose to bad teams that I know we can beat, that pisses me the fuck off. I.e. the Buccaneers last year.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't ever want to say the Buccaneers are a bad team because they're not.
Well, at the beginning of the
They
season
are-
last year, they were.
They are a decent team who had a shitload of injury problems last season. Just like the Lions did, only they had them in a nicer environment. But they added wide receivers, they added depth. I think they're going to be one of those teams that sniffs playoffs this year.
Okay. We'll see. Mr. Arrow, you ready to go next?
Yeah. All right.
Support
You
it.
guys are starting at Green Bay.
Yes.
You gotta beat them by a tush push. That's how this one's gonna go down.
Ooh. Okay.
Those motherfuckers want to change the rules. You gotta use it
beat
on
them
them.
by a tush push. It's gonna be the Eagles, and they're gonna get 47 tush push touchdowns.
Yeah, but you're
Just
gonna have the
to prove a
opportunity. You're gonna have the opportunity to do it first. So you gotta do it first.
And Jalen's gonna cuck Saquon out of being the touchdown leader for the team again this year.
It's fine, man. Listen. Saquon has plenty of other stats. Okay.
Okay, fair.
All right. Then you got the Pope's holy team, the Bears. I feel like you could take them.
Da Bears.
Bears. Amen.
God, I forgot about that. You're
What?
right. They're gonna have God on their side. God, fuck.
Amen, man. Pope Leo's he's watching them.
Well,
You got the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens they're gonna slaughter you guys. Cleveland Browns, you guys can take. Bengals, you guys can take. Chiefs, you're at the Chiefs. If you were at home, I would say you have the potential to be the trap game for the Chiefs, but you are at the Chiefs, and
Yes, sir.
I really want to give you guys the opportunity, but I don't know about that one. I'm not gonna say that the Chiefs slaughter you guys, but you're gonna go down swinging. You're gonna go down
It's
swinging.
regular season Chiefs.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the referee's fault. Don't worry.
Mhm.
Bucks, you got Vikings, you got Commanders. You're at the Commanders. That has become an environment, right? That has become the identity that they were looking for. That's become part of their team.
Yep.
You know, that is what NFL teams need. They need that home environment to play in. That's the difference between the Eagles and the Giants. I think, Commanders, I don't think you guys got that one. I don't think there's any surprise in this. I think Eagles, you guys don't got that one. I'm sorry. Giants, you'll fucking slaughter them. You got that. There you go. Fucking shooting match on the Giants, baby. You got the Packers again. Shooting match on them. Cowboys, you can take them. Then you're at the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Late in the season.
Yep. December 14th, middle of the day.
Stafford's getting up there.
My question with Detroit late in the season is how healthy are you?
After last year, I don't fucking know how to answer that.
Right. No, and that's the thing is, did strength and conditioning improve? Or is it one of those things where you got younger guys in? Is it, thousands of things could have changed, and maybe it was, just horrible luck at the end of the day. So, who knows? I think if you guys are at full health late in the season at the Rams, I think you can take them. I think that's trap game potential. I think that's legitimate trap game potential because I see LA just being like, no, we're fine, we got this, we're fine, and you guys just fucking pop up there and just fucking do your thing because Detroit plays sound fundamental football, and if you can do that late into the season, you're gonna win games because other teams that rely on larger plays and larger passes and all of that, it's riskier just later in the season. Going up against the Vikings, you can probably take that, and then the Bears again, you can take them.
Very similar to Mike, 13-4 for the Lions, just losing to different teams. Okay, I'll take it.
Well, and I decided to look up Kansas City's schedule to see who was before us against them, because at first I didn't see one game, so I thought we were right after the Ravens. I was like, we have a chance. No, we are after the Jaguars, so they're going to be well rested.
Oh God!
So a bye week for them, yeah.
Yeah, they're coming basically off a bye week to
the
face
Make-A-Wish
us. That's
kids.
why now I'm more cemented that we're probably going to lose that game. Yeah.
But again, it's to the Chiefs. That's a good team. That's it. It's the refs win that game. The refs win that game for the Chiefs, and it's the regular season Chiefs. It is what it is.
My little shining glimmer of hope here is the fact that our final 3 games of the season, instead of commies, Bills, commies, it's Steelers, Vikings, Bears. That's a lot more tolerable than what Philadelphia has to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially now since Pittsburgh still has a big, ginormous, gigantic question mark at quarterback since Old Man Winter, Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Kombucha himself, has not officially signed with them just yet. And also George Pickens got shipped off to Dallas for basically a sandpaper hand job and a firm handshake. Pittsburgh don't have much. Their defense is going to do a good job at holding the Lions off to not many points. However, their offense ain't going to do jack shit either, big dog. It's the stretch for the Lions that I'm worried about is Bengals, Chiefs, Bucks, Vikings, Commies, Eagles. Back-to-back weeks for 6 fucking weeks. That is nightmare fuel to me.
I mean, your one saving grace is that between the Bucks and the Vikings is a bye week. But
yeah, exactly.
Well, and
that may not help much.
Maybe I'm overlooking the Vikings, but man, I don't think they're going to do much.
I hope not.
I don't know. I think they're just gonna be a solid team. They're gonna be. It's going to be a time where you need to take a breather, and you're not gonna be able to. And
right.
And they're your trap game. If your coaching staff is looking at the schedule and they're looking at the Vikings and they're thinking that exact same thing, where they're like, they're not really gonna do much. You're gonna lose.
I don't think so.
Ooh, okay. I'm munching on my shakaroni to try to make me feel a little bit better here. Eating during the podcast, I'm so unprofessional. My apologies.
Is Shaq giving you wisdom?
Oh, so much. And it's so much meaty goodness as well.
But Shaq doesn't know anything about football. Oh, no, he's going the opposite way.
So, I think we're all in agreement that the Lions start 2-0. I think at Packers and then getting the Bears at home, that's an easy 2-0 start. That's also 2-0 in the division, which is huge in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
I do think the Ravens do have our number. I could not tell you the last time the Lions sat down and actually beat Baltimore, if at all ever. So I think the Ravens are our kryptonite, especially since we're traveling there again. Then we get the Browns at home, 3-1. I would say we either lose to the Chiefs or the Bengals. We split this 1-1. I could not tell you who. I do think we lose to either one of these teams, so that's 2 losses. Buccaneers at home, I think everybody's pissed off for that one. I think we get that one back easy. Vikings at home, I think we win that one. I think their magic season unfortunately disappears. The commies.
JJ's their starter. Yeah.
Oh, that's your favorite football player, Mike.
Something like that.
Commies on the road. I do think. I also will say we split between the commies and the Eagles here, 1-1. I hope, for sake of the podcast, we beat the Eagles. But
Fuck
for
you.
sake of my own sanity, I also hope we beat the commies, for the love of fucking Christ, to wash that bad taste out of my mouth last year. So I'm going to say
if we run the ball, we'll be okay. But if they
Right.
Ben Johnson it, we'll
Right.
lose again.
So I'll say we split that one 1-1, so that's 3 losses. Giants we should beat. Packers at home on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's scary, especially since last year we didn't win on Thanksgiving. The Bears lost on Thanksgiving more than the Lions won.
True.
So I'll say that one's a question mark, unfortunately. Cowboys we should... but...
I was going to say this. You're looking at last year through injured team eyes.
Also true.
Right now, we're in theory, we have a fully healthy operational defense.
Fuck you, Matt LaFleur. Lions take that one easy.
There you go.
Cowboys at home. It's about time we played Dallas at home. I could not tell you the last time Dallas actually came to Detroit. It feels like we've been in Dallas the past 18 years straight. LA
by the light.
On the road. I'm nervous about this one, especially with Devontae on their side. I'm nervous about it. Yeah,
Devontae Adams, who had such a big season last year. Oh.
Well, that's because he was with Dolphin Seaman himself on the side.
Huh? Who's Seaman?
Aaron Rodgers.
Drinking
Wait,
Dolphin
Aaron
semen or
Rodgers
whatever.
has dolphin semen?
Isn't that what he puts in his coffee or whatever? I don't know.
I must have missed that arc. I thought he just did ayahuasca in the Brazilian rainforest or whatever.
In a dark room. I'm going to say, so that I can make myself feel better 7 months from now, I'm going to say we lose to the Rams in the hopes that we do actually win. Steelers we should beat. Their offense should be fucking idiots by the time of mid to late December rolls around. Then on the road in Minnesota on Christmas, and on the road at the Bears. Fuck it. Let's not make it too hard. I'm going to join you guys 13-4 as well across the board. So a definite step back from 15-2 from last year. However, that 13-4 is still very good enough to make the playoffs.
Very good enough indeed.
I'm gonna ask the question. Way too early. May not even happen. Who knows? Just throw it out there. How far is the playoff run? Is it all the way to the Super Bowl? Do you take it?
I'll say this. If they don't make it this year, they have to pay so many people so much money next year.
Yeah.
That I don't think we have a chance after this year.
Oh,
I might be wrong. Maybe they do have the money to pay people, because I believe this is the final year on a lot of contracts.
So this is the run.
It kind of has to be.
I mean, that lines up with what you guys have been saying for 73 episodes.
Very true. I think this season all depends on how well the offensive coordinator can call their games and how much Dan Gamble wants to step up. Because we return damn near everybody.
Yeah.
Damn near everybody except our coordinators. Realistically, I'm not going to tell you Super Bowl or not, because it is fucking May 19th. So,
come on!
I do think
I called it. You call it.
I do think if the Eagles prove themselves with the schedule that they have this year, I do think there is a world where we get the Lions-Eagles rematch in the NFC Championship, which we should have had last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
This year.
I hope that's the NFC Championship match. Absolutely.
And let me add this in there. Era, hold on your hand. Let me shake your hand real quick.
Why is your hand wet?
I'm eating this pizza, man. It's real greasy. He's not shaking your hand, Mike.
Is that grease?
I said
it's
I'm
cold,
sorry
though.
for
it's not
your
like
hand being
warm.
wet.
Oh, Well,
It's sticky
hey
too.
man, nothing wrong with cold pizza.
And
I,
white.
I hope both of our teams are fucking healthy. For the love
Yeah.
of Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Both teams are healthy.
Yo, hey, listen,
mean-
you guys the most. I feel like that was just. I felt so bad last year, being like, "Yeah, man, the Eagles are going to the fucking Super Bowl," and you guys were like, "We're being held together by fucking duct tape," and I'm like,
You're like,
"Yeah,
we're going to the
man,
Super
we're
Bowl."
gonna
We're like, we
fucking
have another
win.
guy
This
going
is
to the hospital.
great."
That's another guy in an ambulance. Cool.
Yeah, no, oh God, I hope you guys stay healthy. Oh, and especially, if all your, I mean, you guys have been talking about it for 73 episodes now, but if your contracts are coming up this year, it sounds like this year is the year for the run. So, I think, we said what, 13-4, and if 13-4, that gets you to the playoffs, and if you get to the playoffs, you get to the Super Bowl. So, see what happens.
I will also say right now, March 19th, Jackal in December, January, hopefully you could be right. Aiden Hutchinson, Defensive Player of the Year, as well as Comeback Player of the Year, too. I think the defense is going to increase. I just hope the play calling can back it up against a lot of these very high-powered offenses. I will
Can I
say...
take it a step further?
Oh, do it. Do it, baby.
If his leg holds up and he can come back at the same level that he started last year, we have a new sack record in the NFL.
Damn.
If Aiden Hutchinson, if that leg lets him be as good as the way he said, because last year, if he wouldn't have gotten injured, he'd have broken. He wouldn't have just broken the record. He would have fucking smashed it. Because after he got injured, he was still sack leader for like another 3 weeks.
Mike, that's being generous. I would almost say the rest of the season.
So
yeah, he was up there for a while.
The man plays his ass off. I think if he can go, and I mean for real go, everybody else is fucked.
It's going to be a lot to deal with because we both use the 5th-year contract extension for both Jameson Williams and Aiden Hutchinson, since their contracts were also coming up. Since we did that, that also means the entirety of the draft class after them is also now coming up on their contracts as well, which should be, if I remember correctly, is that the Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta class?
Yes.
Yep. So that's 3 more people that are going to demand very, very hefty contracts. So the window to win is right the fuck now.
Do you think there's a world where Detroit can pay them all?
Well,
no.
Well, the NFL salary cap is going up more and more year after year. So
I'll say this: Aiden Hutchinson, if he wants to stay in Detroit, we have a better chance at getting him to take less money. If he's tempted by money, I think we're screwed because I think he's going to end up being one of the highest paid defensive ends of all time, if not the highest paid. Jameson Williams,
he shouldn't be anywhere close to the highest paid wide receiver money.
No, but he could end up being on some of the teams that just need a wide receiver. He could end up being a D1.
Yeah.
So I think he takes that deal over being backup in Detroit, especially if somebody's going to let him have attitude problems, which Dan Campbell doesn't.
Jacksonville. Fuck.
Yep. And then you get, the defense and Sam Laporta. Do we try and keep Sam Laporta? It'd be a good fucking idea. He's one of the best tight ends. Jack Campbell, do we keep him? I don't know.
I would say so.
Or do they try and, get somebody off of free agency to just fill the void? It's a lot of money to throw around to a lot of people that are going to get it from somewhere else if we don't give it to them.
And the biggest downside to all of this is that we won't find out until essentially this time next year. This time next year.
Yep.
Literally, this is about the earliest that we can talk about it, and that's about as in-depth of a conversation as we can have about it. Because, my God, this is definitely the dead period, huh, fellas?
Yeah, I just, I just hope this is your guys' year.
Still great.
Me too. Me too. Oh, me too.
How's your shakaroni?
Oh, it's so good. It's making me
That
making me
was-
feel a lot better about the
That
NFL
was
season.
so gross.
Well,
whatever sound just
Well,
came
hey,
through was so wet.
guys,
That's
Gross.
a big old swallow.
In other news, in other football news, 3 teams have clinched the playoffs in the UFL.
Oh,
The DC Defenders, who are always good, the
They're
St. Louis Battlehawks, and your leading Michigan Panthers.
they're already going into their playoffs though.
Yeah, they don't have as many games.
Oh,
Yeah, because there's only like 6 teams.
And technically, because of games and everything, Michigan is the top team.
Oh.
We're still
Which
up there.
they-
a little bit of foreshadowing,
Which-
maybe.
Yeah. So, we got something at least.
So, do you guys? Does Michigan have like a 68-yard kicker this year, or
no,
is
they-
your kicker just mediocre again?
Yeah, I think they just have a normal ass kicker now, but they do have a decent quarterback now.
Yeah, that was always
I watched one play and I was like, oh boy, that kicker is not, or that passer is not good. And then I found out he wasn't the quarterback; he was just a guy throwing a football.
That was always my problem with like the or I guess not the XFL. I guess it's the UFL now or whatever the fuck they're calling it. Like any good people are gone. It's like, you're gonna see them in the NFL.
Is
Yeah.
they leave for a bit, and then there's some other good guys that come in and are kind of they take over. And there's always somebody where you're like, oh, that guy doesn't belong in the UFL, and you realize they're going to be gone the next year, which is how watching last year was with Jake Bates. Like, I knew watching him, I was like, oh, he's going to the NFL. And then Dan Campbell, because he listens to the podcast, heard me and picked him up.
Yeah, man, Mike, that's a great pick, Mike. We'll pick him up for the Detroit Lions there, man. Great pick there, man.
So who's the person this year? Do you know any names?
Puka Nakua's brother.
Puka Nakua has a brother?
And he plays for the Michigan Panthers, baby. I think he got into a fist fight with another player this year. Or a fan. It might have been a fan.
What does he play?
Wide receiver.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Puka-
Samson Nakua.
Samson, yeah.
Okay.
Samson Nakua.
He's not even one of our starters.
No.
So you think he's not even one of the starters yet? He's somebody who's going to be in the NFL and it's going to take him right out.
Well, if not Samson, then we also have Kai Nakua as well, who also plays for the Michigan Panthers, who is our 30-year-old safety.
How many Nakuas are there?
Apparently 3. Found that out not 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, our running back is decent. I think he played for a lot of teams. Oh boy.
Man,
been
Baltimore,
around.
Denver, Cleveland, Carolina, Green Bay, back to Cleveland, back to Green Bay.
the one guy that actually watches the UFL and listens to this podcast right now is fucking mine. Oh my god, I'm so excited you're actually talking about the UFL and XFL as well. Hey, if you're that guy, comment right now. Comment
Actually,
pancakes.
Tell us who your favorite player in the XFL is,
So-
or UFL, or USFL, or whatever the fuck they're calling it.
So I was listening to, I don't know, one of the fucking idiots on ESPN talk about the draft class, and they're like, it's a bad draft class when we're getting excited about a 5'9" running back. And I was like, okay, but hold on. And I looked, Jahmyr Gibbs is fucking 5'9".
Oh yeah.
What do they got?
Yeah.
What do they got about 5'9" running backs? Like, Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the best running backs in the NFL right now.
It's
I just realized, I was like, what's your take then? That Ashton Jennings 5'9"? Okay, and
Don't you want your running back to be short? You know, fit through the holes and shit.
Yeah, they're normally short and fucking jacked.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of the build that you were going for. You know,
right? And I just, as soon as I heard him say that, I started looking up all the running backs, because I was like, most of the running backs are under 5'10". Like, what? Are you just trying to give Ashton Jennings? He's either going to make it or he's going to fail out. It's one
we're
of
just
the
trying to
two.
give
And
Ashton
unfortunately-
Jennings a hard time.
Yeah, you're just giving him shit for no reason. Give the dude a chance before he gets there. Fuck. Damn.
Well, did he like do badly on like any combine shit or anything like that, and that's why they're just shit talking him now? Or
they were literally just talking about the draft class. They were like, I don't know about this draft class. I mean, we're excited most about a running back that's 5'9". Yeah,
I mean,
and
I feel like
sure am.
I feel like there was a lot more excitement than just the running back, though.
Right. It was just some dude hating on Ash and Jenny for no reason.
Just with a personal vendetta.
Yeah. Hey, what did he do? Accidentally run you over at one point?
Hey, maybe.
Maybe. Got wrestling talk. We got football talk.
Yeah. I think, boys. I think we've done 2 episodes. What do you think?
I like it. I think we've been productive today.
I agree. If you want to follow us and hear more of us, you can hit that follow button over on Spotify. If you're over on YouTube, hit subscribe. If you're on Spotify, you can also leave a little 5-star rating. If you've listened this long, I think it means you like the podcast. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think of your team's schedule, because there's a lot of teams out there that we didn't talk about, because we're not going to talk about all 32 teams in the NFL or whatever. No, fuck that. So
to be precise, exactly 30 more, and 30 more that we could not give a fuck less about.
Yeah, so let us know what you think about your team's schedule. If you want to find more of me, you can find me over.
Listen to another team. Let us know.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, let us know so that way we know which teams you want us to talk about as well. That's just good to know. If you want to find more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or youtube.com/EraV1Music.
If you enjoyed the things I've said, you can currently find me passed out, drunk as a skunk in a Kalahari lazy river at the time that you're really listening to this. But if that doesn't work for you as well, I guess youtube.com/JackalJoker or twitch.tv/JackalJoker work just as good.
If you like me, download our podcast, like it, comment, subscribe, do little heart emotes, and specifically tag Era in them. If you don't like me, I am going to be making your next order of hash browns at Waffle House, and I'll fight you in the parking lot.
Oh.
You're ready to stand up and fight. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So,
well, they told me that's the rules when you get hired. You have to fight.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Did you, Mike? Those hash browns you gave me with my shakaroni pizza. Did you put peanut
orders?
Did you put peanut butter in those?
Oh no, Jackal, that was me. That's for digging that fucking hole, you bitch. Mike, I'm just gonna go for the pin. I'm just gonna go for the pin.
Okay. We should do this quick because he is not looking great.
For your own safety, don't call anyone. Don't call anyone. Just count.
So what?
Don't call anyone. Just count it.
Please.
1,
Hurry.
2, 3. I'm gonna go before this gets. Oh, this looks bad.
Yeah.